will benefit the most.
I call the Honourable Jenny Salesa.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And I stand here today in strong support of the Healthy Homes Guarantee Bill number 2. Herein lies one of the main differences between the National Party and the new coalition-led government from this side of the House. What we heard in this particular speech from the Honourable Michael Woodhouse was a defence of landlords. And can I just remind the Honourable Member that we have 50% of all people in New Zealand now who rent. 50% of all of our people rent, and one of those folks that are one of the main landlords is the government. What this legislation will do is it will ensure that all of the homes in Aotearoa, New Zealand are insulated, that they are warm, that they are healthy, and what we know today is that 40,000 admissions into hospitals for respiratory illnesses. These are preventable admissions to the hospital are for respiratory illnesses for many of our children, which when you have warm, healthy homes like the ones that we will have under this particular bill, we will then save money at the other end. Madam Speaker, we know from many of our doctors, and I'd like at this time to thank Dr Liz Craig, Dr Te Percival, a paediatrician from Countess Manukau DHB, and so many of our doctors who serve our young people. They are the ones, Dr Ines Asher, another paediatrician, they are the ones that tell us and keep on telling us that we need to ensure that our children are living in warm, dry, healthy homes. Because it is not just the fact that we have so many children being admitted, going in and out of hospitals, it is also the fact that we are told that over 1,600 people, their lives are cut short because they live in houses that are not healthy. Now, we can actually continue to listen to the opposing side of this House telling us why we should not pass this legislation because they are supporting the landlords. But what about those people whose lives can be changed? It is not every day, Madam Speaker, that we sit here and we talk about legislation that can save people's lives, legislation that can save taxpayers' funds, and it is not every day that we can actually look at legislation where we can save money in different parts of the sector, in the health sector, and housing actually has such an effect on our people's lives. You know, Madam Speaker, and I'm sure you have had this experience when you go knocking on doors. Just last, don't bring you in. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just last winter, I was knocking on a certain door, and a lady, an elderly lady who had worked all her life, opened the door, and she was wearing a really thick jacket. She was also wearing a woolen hat, wearing woolen socks. And my question to this lady was, why is it that you're dressed up as if you're walking around outside? And her answer to me was, my house, which was a government house, is not insulated. It is freezing. It is cold. This legislation will ensure that people like her, who has worked all her life, actually is living in a house that is fit for purpose, a house that is healthy. Madam Speaker, I stand here in strong support of this legislation. Thank you very much.
Speaker. I call the Honourable Louise Upston.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the